Guess what we did? We built yet another, hang on, wait for it, dream pond. In just 3 weeks, we turned a nasty old farm pond surrounded by trees, no water even in the pond. Actually, hang on, there was a little bit of water, I will give it that, but that was just a little hole, into a completely refurbished, renovated, structurally sound recreational pond that's going to last this customer the rest of their life. The story for this project really starts about a year before the project even started. This client's journey started whenever they bought some property and decided to build their dream house. Now, what they needed for that was a lot of dirt. They had this old farm pond that was overgrown, and they just wanted it to hold water, and they wanted some dirt for their house. So they started to dig there. Now, through doing that, they kind of realized that there's actually quite a lot of dirt that needs to move for this pond to hold any water. That's where we came in. We started doing a design. First thing on that was the test holes. We had to find what was even underneath the ground there. Next was the survey. That gives us a topographical map, kind of like this, which shows us how we can plan out this dam, how we can plan out the project, just overall, how much dirt do we have to move. First step in the project was getting all of the trees removed off the site. Whenever we come into any sort of pond project, usually we have to remove some trees to clear out an area for us to really start moving the dirt. And that was the next step, moving all the topsoil off this site. This site had almost 2 to 3 feet of topsoil over it. Given it was an old pond, a lot of that was just kind of old silted in topsoil from the surrounding area. So we went ahead and pushed all that topsoil out of this pond site, then started working on the dam. Now, a big reason this pond never held water before wasn't just the fact that it was surrounded by these water-sucking cottonwood trees, but it also failed to have any clay in the dam. Whenever a dam's constructed, it needs to have a clay keyway or a clay core, and then a clay wall essentially that runs up through the center of the dam. And this dam had nothing like that. It was just pure topsoil. So any water that came into this, if it wasn't going to get sucked up by the trees, it was just going to flow right through the dam, right out to Perry Lake, which is downstream from here. So what we did is, instead of removing the old dam, we just built the clay core in front of the new dam here and just made the dam twice as wide. And that's what we're doing here. Once the pond earthwork was finished, this is what it looked like. Almost a 15, maybe even 18-foot deep pond that was almost an acre in size. The transformation was just insane. The dam is much wider, which overall is going to provide a much more enjoyable experience going to and from the front and back side of the pond. The last thing we had to do was install the overflow. And that's going to be the end of our full pond renovation video here. If you have a pond or a lake that needs renovated, or you want to build one, find us online at bulletproofpondandlake.com.